Will they kill Trump in prison?
Mr. Reagan.
After Trump was convicted of the illegitimate 34 counts of fraud in the rigged trial, many users on X posted concerns that Democrats will now try to have Donald Trump killed in prison. I will lay out this case in one moment. First, of course, I have to sell you something. If you own a business, and if that business relies on having effective communication with clients through phone calls or text messaging in order to close deals, did you know you can automate up to 90% of your interactions and eliminate 30% or more of your costs? And you can do this without having any tech experience, even if you're running your business off your personal phone right now, and even if your CRM is a spreadsheet. This is all possible thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Nextiva. Nextiva is an AI-driven platform that gives you seamless, personalized customer interactions across all channels. Business is and always will be a relationship game. As they say, nothing happens until someone sells something. And with Nextiva, you can manage all of your sales and customer conversations in one place, and you can even create phone numbers in different area codes. So if you are dialing for deals, Nextiva will help you get more answers and close more deals. Nextiva lets you create phone numbers, gives you unlimited calling, texting, and an auto attendant that you can run from your phone or your computer. You can also get an AI-powered dashboard that'll show you all conversations in one platform, including an AI voice and an AI chatbot that can interact with your clients for you. You get all of this inside one app. No longer will your team have to switch between 18 different apps to get the job done. You can make this one change and your business will look as polished as a Fortune 500 company. And you will be able to focus on closing and scaling. This is the year to level up your business, lower your costs, and take full advantage of AI. Go to trynextiva.com/Reagan or use the link in the description below to get 50% off your plan. Terrence K Williams wrote, "I'm not okay right now. Something very sinister is happening in this country, and it's weighing heavy on my heart. I'm concerned about the safety of Trump and the future of this country. We have a Republican Party that's been helping Zelensky more than our own Republican nominee, Donald Trump. They did nothing to stop the attacks on Trump, and I mean absolutely nothing. They are letting these corrupt Democrats, DAs, and judges wrongfully take Trump down without a fight. Now that Trump has been wrongfully convicted, the Republicans are writing letters politely asking the Democrats to stop. There is no time to be polite. They are trying to put Trump in prison, and they want to take Secret Service away so that they can murder him. They will do anything to stop him from being in the White House, so we have to fight back and do whatever to stop them." Terrence, I could not agree more. Soulfire82 wrote, "Never rule out how badly they want to kill Trump. They are capable of doing so. They just don't want him in prison. They want him incarcerated. In prison, he will not be protected, and they will say that he killed himself after a month." Deborah Fitzpatrick wrote, "Yes, Trump is not safe right now. I hope his bodyguards guard him with everything they got because leftists are planning a lights out November in jail after they turn all the cameras off. Leftists do repeat numbers, so it will be Epstein-like, and they will close the books with suicide." Kind of a dick man of leisure writes, "Wife's hot sports opinion. They're going to imprison Trump, and then he's going to suddenly die in jail with no video. If you don't believe this can happen, you're an effing idiot." And then Army Vet responded to him and he wrote, "They will not let him win in November at any cost, including death. Just how I feel about it, brother." Faithful Few wrote, "I think the judge has to jail Trump. Then they will use their contacts in prison to kill him. Just my opinion. That's how the game is played." And finally, this one is from Mean Hash. "Just going to say this now. If they put Trump in prison, Trump did not kill himself. Clearly, this administration has no issue with offing people. Epstein, Boeing whistleblowers 1 and 2, Seth Rich, Sean Lucas, Christopher Sine, Jovenel Moise, Jean-Luc Brunel." And these X users might be onto something because Democrats are trying to strip Trump of Secret Service protection. All right, so this is the story about it in the New York Post. This is by Victor Nava. House Democrat introduces bill aimed at Trump that would strip Secret Service protection from felons. Representative Benny Thompson, Democrat from Mississippi, on Friday introduced legislation that would strip Secret Service protection from convicted felons sentenced to prison, a bill clearly aimed at former President Donald Trump. Unfortunately, current law doesn't anticipate how Secret Service protection would impact the felony prison sentences of a protectee, even a former president. Thompson, the former chairman of the House January 6th Select Committee, said in a statement, "It is regrettable that it has come to this, but this previously unthought of scenario would become our reality. A fact sheet on the so-called Disgraced Former Protectees Act notes that Trump's unprecedented 91 felony charges in federal and state courts across the country have created a new exigency that Congress must address to ensure Secret Service protection does not interfere with the criminal judicial process and the administration of justice. This measure would apply to former President Trump if he is convicted of a felony, the document released by Thompson states. If passed, the measure would remove some of the potential complications and logistical concerns that would come with incarcerating a 70-year-old former president should he be sentenced to serve time behind bars. Thompson argued that it is necessary to update the law so the American people can be assured that the protective status does not translate into special treatment, and that those who are sentenced to prison will indeed serve the time required of them. Oh my gosh. The presumptive Republican nominee for president also faces upcoming trials in Florida over his alleged hoarding of classified White House documents, in Washington, D.C., related to his alleged efforts to interfere in the 2020 election, and in Georgia, in a sprawling racketeering case related to his alleged efforts to meddle in the Peach State's 2020 election results. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges and faces hundreds of years in prison if convicted on all charges in all 4 cases. Just as they facilitate election rigging with mail-in ballots, they also facilitate assassination by stripping Trump of Secret Service protection. A while back, I reported on an interview that Trump did with my buddy Sebastian Gorka. In this interview, Trump was asked if he expected his enemies to try to kill him. His answer was, essentially, well, they can't, because I have Secret Service protection.
Are you worried about you and your family's safety, Mr. President?
Well, I've found Secret Service to be great, and I watch it very closely. I think they're great people. I know many of the agents. And, you know, I've had many, many agents, and I find them to be doing a great job. And I would tell you otherwise. I wouldn't even want them otherwise. They have really found, I think they're very outstanding people.
But that is exactly why they're trying to strip him of his Secret Service protection. And what Trump said in that interview is very telling, because he did not simply say, no, I don't think that they would go that far. He said, I'm well protected. And this indicates to me that Trump actually expects assassination attempts. And I think before 2016, very few of us would believe that they would go that far. Sure, they might take out a whistleblower or some other small-time guy. I mean, conspiracy theorists have a list of around 50 such people targeted by the Clintons alone. But after Trump was elected, I think one by one, we were all eventually convinced. I mean, we all realized that, you know what? If they could get away with it, yeah, they would definitely do this. As I've said in a lot of other videos, my belief is that there's a lot of people in D.C. with a lot of dirt that they want to stay hidden. And Trump, as president, with access to every classified FBI and NSA document, well, he could potentially expose all of it. And if that were to happen, there's a lot of people in D.C. that could potentially go to prison for a very long time. So some of these people, I think they're willing to do anything to stop that from happening. And now, after the sham trial and the rigged guilty verdict on 34 counts against Trump, well, we know that they're willing to, well, not just be corrupt, but to be openly corrupt. And that is a scary place to be. So what do you guys think? Is this the plan? I'm not entirely convinced, but I think some of Trump's enemies, they're certainly capable of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's it for me. Remember, it's not that our liberal friends are ignorant. It's just they know so much that is not so. And they're probably willing to kill Donald Trump. Good night.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars. And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours, history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.